On our charts, we only use two indicators. We use the MACD, which is a red signal line, and the blue MACD line. We look for crosses of the MACD through the signal line, either going down, showing us that price movement is moving down in the marketplace, or crossing over, going up. That is the blue line crossing over the red, showing us up movement in the prices in the marketplace. To go along with that major indicator that we use, the MACD, we also like to use the derivative oscillator. Now, it is an oscillator, and it's shown oscillating throughout the charts with green rectangular boxes going up and red rectangular boxes going down. We actually have both the MACD and the derivative oscillator listed on the same part of our charts, in the bottom quadrant, the bottom half of our charts. What exactly is the derivative oscillator? Well, I'm going to get a little complicated on you. What you really need to understand is we want the derivative oscillator to cross over with the MACD at about the same time the MACD crosses, and that crossing closes or occurs. We want to see the derivative oscillator flip over also. We don't like it when it crosses, the MACD crosses over, and the derivative oscillator doesn't do so at the same time. It may cross later. Doesn't mean that the movement is not going to go in the direction of the MACD crossing. We just feel better when it all happens together. Now, the derivative oscillator itself was developed by Constance Brown. It's the only other indicator, as I said, we use besides the MACD. And the reason we use it is because traditional momentum indicators, such as the MACD, use the Elliott wave pattern. These patterns can frequently cause premature or incorrect buy or sell signals. So in order to correct for false momentum indicator signals, we also make use of the derivative oscillator. And the way it's calculated, it's a triple smoothed derivative of the RSI, that's Relative Strength Index, and it's plotted on our charts as a histogram. What does all this mean to you? Well, it's a lot of complicated mathematical formulas, and all the engineers listening out there love all that. What we use it for is, again, to help us have a second signal to confirm what we're seeing in the MACD. And remember, the MACD is not nearly as accurate for us when we have a sideways slipping market. In fact, the MACD can become pretty useless, and we pretty much get ourselves out of the market in that particular exchange traded fund, stock, index, whatever it might be, because if we can't read it, folks, we don't even think about trading or investing in it, right? The answer is correct. Now, as a histogram, we're able to observe the frequency of the relationship between the amplitude and the highs and the lows. And we're able to see those patterns as the derivative oscillator moves up and down. It's formulated by incorporating two exponential moving averages along with a simple moving average. It helps us confirm moves on the MACD, like I said. And while it's not our primary indicator, we use it in conjunction with the MACD, and it helps us feel comfortable when we see both of them crossing at or near the same time. We also find a histogram and a plot line on the same chart very helpful as far as visual references and confirmation goes when we're looking for solid moves in the marketplace. And honestly, that's about all you need to know about the derivative oscillator, is that we use it in conjunction with the MACD, and it helps us feel good about confirming signals when they're both moving in the same direction at the same time. Thanks so much for listening. We always love to hear from you at Charting Wealth. You need more training, have more questions, concerns, problems, go to Charting Wealth. Let us hear from you. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. We sure hope that you are subscribing to us on iTunes. If you want to help us out, go to iTunes, subscribe. Whatever you do, go there, give us a good 5-star rating and say something nice about us. We appreciate you. We hope you appreciate what we do for you every day. If you're not already on our email newsletter list, you need to get it. We will send you market updates daily, our daily review. We'll also send you our weekly review and forecast. Thank you so much for listening. We appreciate you at chartingwealth.com.